On the appeal, he didn't go. And a high chopper foul back towards the screen, 2-2. Base hit. Whit Merrifield will cut it off on his way to second.
Espinal can't get there in time to put the tag on a Rosa.
Year. Bassett in there with a strike, 3-1.
They've outscored their opponents by 50.
And tied for the fourth most runs scored in the first inning. 3-2 on Lowe.
Yep.
Walk very much. He just wants to swing the bat and hit a line drive somewhere.
Yeah, good.
Reese McGuire in that deal as well. Base hit up the middle for bring Arozarena in with the first run of the ball. His second year with the Rays, they traded Austin Meadows to Detroit at the beginning of last.
And as we mentioned earlier, he is their everyday
sets. And he got him. Fastball there for strike 3 called. So a couple of the strike, he gets a lot of swing and miss.
Yeah, he throws hard with his fastball, and he's got a couple of real good. Oh, far away from home he is when he releases that baseball. It is right on top of you. All out there.
Alejandro Kirk leads off to second for the Blue Jays. Otherwise, Kirk is in there with Danny Jansen on the IL. A bouncer to third, and Meade. And then he drops the curveball in there, and it's some stuff. And they need him healthy right now because they've had so many other.
Another young pitcher, Shane Baz, as well, who has starter potential. Yeah, they have.
And did it again. Last now strikes him out. Curtis Meade, the third baseman, is going to lead it off for the Rays tonight. Knee yesterday eventually had to leave the game, and they're not quite sure when he's going to be back right now as Meade grounds out his neck. And he's on the IL, so that's going to put him out for the rest of the regular season.
That's somebody. They literally have an X-Man step up.
Swings and fouls it off. Basabe is multiple allegations of relationships with minors. That is why Franco is not with.
We're going to talk hitting.
What are you thinking right here?
That's 95 at the very top. And I at least off with 2 strikes, and I know I'm on the rest of the pitches. And I know I've got time to adjust to it. Can we get a side view?
Excited about having a nice new stadium. This is not the best thought of stadium of the major leagues.
It's not a lot of fun.
And for Tampa Bay fans, Rays fans, hopefully they will come out in greater numbers with the lease up here in 27. With Merrifield leading things off for. But no contact in this at bat as Glass now rings.
He has struck out this season.
And lays off a curveball down low, a ball and a strike. Carlos Torres says he went around there. And that's strike 3 called. 97 on the corner and the knee. The Glass now in the early going. As he starts George Springer with a bouncer to third. Meade backhands and throws him out. Houston is playing tonight as well, and both of those games are starting a little. The batter is Rene Pinto, the catcher for the Rays, again before the end of the regular season.
Did you tell the hitters that?
I didn't. I don't like.
Deep into the postseason.
And the 3-2 swung on and missed. Fourth strikeout.
Pitch deep into the game, so we can keep our bullpen fresh into
center this year. A career high 20 home. The 2-1 line down the right field line, but about 10 feet.
A little soreness in that right shoulder.
And that's strike 3 called. Randy Arozarena. And that's just high. Bassett going to his pitch comp, so he called the pitch here, and he wanted the slow curveball. 1-1. And right now he's among league leaders
between one ball to the next.
A little bit. That one, no doubt about it, right down the middle. 3-2. Could be an adventure here at the Trop, and look at Chapman to nothing Rays. The Blue Jays still looking for their first hit. And here's Bo Bichette, who grounded it. And that's called a strike. And now He chases a curveball, 1-2.
This is how you might best attack Glass now. Big league.
Bo sends it foul.
See the uniforms the Rays are wearing.
And right down the middle, strike 3 called, and number 6 to Bay. And here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's popped one up in foul territory, and this one.
Every once in a while. And Mattingly's faced all types of pitchers throughout his career.
3-1. Grounded to short. And Basabe will make the play. Boy, Yandy's like the leader on this team, right? He's the veteran in this group. Biggio lays off. 1-2. They appeal, but no swing. And that is the first hit of the. As he lines one into.
He's hit. He's been swinged
at bat.
Finish up that story about the offense. The Blue Jays won a game down.
As Kirk fights it off.
Alejandro handles.
This one to short. Basabe steps in the bag out. Platooned at third. Josh Lowe sends one to shallow right, and incoming run of the night with a base hit up the middle with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Varsho out in right center make the Ramirez RBI single in the first.
The next one wants to follow suit. I feel like it's their responsibility to pitch deep in the game.
And Tyler Glass. So now Dalton Varsho. This one down the left field line, but foul. And line back to the mound where Glass. Varsho didn't even have time to drop his bat.
Kind of pitched somewhere else. Not anything remarkable, and then he comes here to Tampa.
Merrifield stays alive. Former Blue Jay manager Jimmy. This is a pretty well hit ball to left field, but back on the track.
Make up some innings as he was dealing with a biceps injury early in the season.
Up the middle to get things started in the bottom of the 5th. That is in 82 plate appearances, 68. The Rays did call up their top prospect today. Swing and a miss, and Aranda down on strikes. Chopper towards third. Tricky hop. Chapman has it and makes a. And now a pitch away in the other batter's box, and Alejandro Kirk gets out and smothered. And the way Glass now is pitching tonight, it almost feels like you can't allow any more. To left field. Merrifield is there. Goes George, so hold on the story. And the throw bounces over towards the short.
But you got to take it.
Oops. Schneider also saying that some of the guys who steal bases. 3-2. Glove of Diaz and into right. Third on his way to the plate, and he will. A pretty good lead, and there he goes. Guerrero will take it, and there's no throw. 2. And it's right.